technology and business field, which competency is based on progressive Islamic values and also has an international reputation. Officially founded on January 1st, 1968, with formally named as Muhammad Dahlan Academy, ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta keeps developing toward socio-technopreneur university. ITB Ahmad Dahlan has 9 study programs, ranging from diploma, Sharia Finance Master Study, graduate programs such as Technology of Information, System of Information, Visual Design Communication, Architecture, Management, Accounting, Diploma Degree Finance, Banking and also Accounting.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcoming to ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta, Institute of Technology and Business Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta. This campus develops scientific competencies and skill in technology and business to respond to the development of the digital economy era. ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta has 2 faculties, namely the Faculty of Digital Economics and the Faculty of Engineering and Design, and then have 9 departments. Let's join ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta Socio-Technopreneur University. Talk.
Moreover, ITB Ahmad Dahlan has good accreditation for its institution, and each study program categorized very well from the National Accreditation Board of Indonesian Higher Education or BNPT. Every program study in ITB Ahmad Dahlan has a complete facilities and infrastructure, such as computer laboratories, mini-bank laboratories, accounting laboratories, picture studios, photo studios, and other facilities and infrastructure. Internationalization becomes the ITB Ahmad Dahlan vision. ITB Ahmad Dahlan has collaboration with various foreign universities. We have made various achievements. The spirit of creativity and innovation of the lecturers and students has resulted in awards at various national and international levels. Students and lecturers continue to collaborate in developing research and community service and preaching and practicing Islamic progressive values.
Saya yakin bahwa kesuksesan dan keberhasilan adalah milik semua orang. Di sini kami dibentuk menjadi pribadi yang sukses dan berkarakter. Kami juga dididik menjadi ilmuwan yang menjunjung tinggi nilai-nilai.
Saya merasa beruntung dan bangga bisa kuliah di ITB Ahmad Dahlan.
We are ready to create and build civilization. ITB Ahmad Dahlan Socio-Technopreneur University.
Test, test. Ladies and gentlemen, to shorten the time, let's hear the remarks that will be delivered by our respective Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta, Mr. System Professor Setiabudi SMSI, and Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, CEO of Rice India. Mr. Budi on the first turn.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ba'du.
Tes, tes.
Sorry.
Tes, tes.
Okay. Good afternoon for the all of audience. The Honorable Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, CEO of Rice. The Honorable Ms. Kyati Jain, Head of Cooperation of Rice, still on the way. Okay. The Honorable Mr. Associate Professor Dr. Saiful Anwar, Director of Postgraduate Program of ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta. The Honorable Mr. Saurabh Shah and team of Rice. The Honorable our guest, Ms. Garlika Marta Negara, Head of Alumni Association of Parahyangan Catholic University, former. Okay, Gus Maul, and Vice Head of International Relation Office, Mr. Irwan Shah, Dean of Economic and Business Faculty, Mr. Aminuddin, Dean of Technique and Design Faculty, Ms. Elia, and Lecturer of ITB Ahmad Dahlan, and our students in this room and at Zoom meeting, and our host of ITB Ahmad Dahlan, I think the best host of ITB Ahmad Dahlan, Ms. Associate Professor Henny Mulyati. Get applause. And all of audience, welcome to ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta. This afternoon, we have signed Memorandum of Understanding between ITB Ahmad Dahlan and Rice, and present a great event, the International Hybrid Lecture. The organizer of this event is the International Relationship Office of ITB Ahmad Dahlan, which has made good communication with Rice. Dear Mr. Bhatia, I think we have the similarity name, Mr. Bhatia, Mr. Sutia. Okay, thank you very much for the cooperation between ITB Ahmad Dahlan and Rice. ITB Ahmad Dahlan is the one of 165 Muhammadiyah universities in Indonesia. Muhammadiyah is the biggest Islamic organization in Indonesia. The founder of Muhammadiyah is Mr. Kiai Haji Ahmad Dahlan. The founder of ITB Ahmad Dahlan is Mr. Syafruddin Prawira Negara. He is former second president of Indonesia in emergency period, and also former the first governor of Central Bank of Indonesia, Mr. Syafruddin. Okay, that is the short story of ITB Ahmad Dahlan. Now the number of students of ITB Ahmad Dahlan is 4,205 students. We hope ITB Ahmad Dahlan can implement the various program of the cooperation in economics and technology. For example, lecturer and student exchange, research and community service program, and other programs such as internship, workshop, seminar, webinar, and guest lecture like today. Hopefully, the cooperation can provide great benefit for us, for ITB Ahmad Dahlan and for RISE. For Civitas Academica of ITB Ahmad Dahlan, let's open this event with basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if I say ITB Ahmad Dahlan, please say rise. Okay, rise in bahasa is bangkit kan ya? Rise. The young generation. If I say the young generation, please say rise. Okay, agree? Okay. ITB Ahmad Dahlan, rise. The young generation, rise. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Budi. Ladies and gentlemen, next remarks by Honorable Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, CEO of RISE. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to connect with so many students, so many faculty members today. Professors, thank you so much. Madam Hen, thank you so much for setting this up. Really appreciate it. You've worked very hard over the last 1 week to get this cooperation to happen, so really appreciate your support. Can everybody hear me? Am I clear, everybody? Okay.
Test.
So this cooperation, this collaboration is very big. How many of you, I want to ask everybody, how many of you all watch Indian movies? How many of you know Shah Rukh Khan? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah. How many of you know Kuch Kuch Hota Hai? Yeah. Very good. And one question, how many of you have come to India? In this audience, how many of you have come to India even one time? Only Madam Henny, I think, has come to India once. This is the thing. Both our countries have so much in common. Ramayana, which is an epic in India, is important also to Indonesia. Our culture is very similar, but our students, our faculty, our professors are only engaging on the internet, not in the real world, not in the real life. We need to see more students, more faculty, more universities engaging with each other so that both countries can benefit. Think of it, Indonesia is the biggest Islamic country in the world when it comes to the population. India also has a very large population. Indonesia has a very young population. India has a very young population. Indonesia has very, very big startups like Gojek, like Grab, that are now going to rest of the world. India has the largest number of unicorns in the world. So both the countries have so much to benefit and learn from each other, and by cooperation with each other, by learning from each other, by allowing our students to come to your campus, to learn from your faculty, and getting your faculty to be trained and work and cooperate in research, in area of education, in industry, academia, collaboration. I see a big future for both our entities, ITB Ahmad Dalan and RISE. So on that note, I will say that with the grace of God, today, both of us have signed this agreement. This is the starting point for more things to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav. Now it's time for us to listen to this speech from our speakers, Mr. Gaurav and Mr. Saiful. Time and place are yours.
Please have a seat. I would like to introduce yourself first before you make a presentation.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hi. I am Gaurav Bhatia. I am the CEO of RISE. RISE is a large edtech company which is based out of India. Learn at the university is different from what the employers want. The employers need students with some skills, but unfortunately, when students are graduating, they don't have a job. This challenge is common in many countries, also in Indonesia. And we want to solve this challenge by involving industry to come in and cooperate in the area of education so that more students can benefit. The second point, which is very important and common again in both countries, how many of you, one question for all the students over here, how many of you come from a big city like Jakarta? Your home is in Jakarta or your home is in Bandung, a big city in Indonesia? Are you able to understand my question? Yeah, how many of your hometown is Jakarta, and for how many of you? Okay, and how many of you, the hometown? Okay, the next question is, for how many of you, the hometown is a small city in Indonesia, from a village or a small town?
Ya, yang dari kampung, angkat tangan.
Lovely. We have the same thing in India. What happens is students who are studying in big city, let's say like Jakarta, like Bandung, they can speak English very fluently. They understand English very well. Students who come from small towns, maybe rural areas, cannot speak English. When they appear for interviews, maybe they are very intelligent, but they cannot communicate. They feel shy to speak in English. And this problem RISE solves, because we want to work with every student to make them competent, work with university students so that they can communicate effectively and they can get jobs anywhere in the world. So that is what RISE does, and that's my introduction. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia. Actually, you already take my job, half of my job, because thank you very much. Because Mr. Ibu Heni has appointed me also as a moderator, not only as a speaker, but you already take my job, and I hope Ibu Heni will not cut off my salary because of okay. Everybody, thank you very much. Today we are so lucky because we have a very honorable speaker. Actually, we will have two speakers, Mr. Bhatia and Mrs. Hyati Jain. Yeah, but he's still in the traffic jam, so maybe he will come late and not even have time to make speaks. So actually, Mr. Bhatia already tell us about his profile, and we can see in this how to say in the screen that Mr. Bhatia is the Chief Executive Officer at RISE. So I'm so curious about RISE, Mr. Bhatia. Is that have any meaning?
RISE as in rise as a person, or rise,
okay.
Yeah, people to rise in their career or go up in the career. That is what it means.
Okay, so just now Mr. Budi asked us to have to speak RISE after he shouted the name of our university. So actually, the RISE in Indonesia means Jaya. So I hope it is familiar. It's the same in Indian language, right? Yeah. And we know he from the screen we can see here he graduated with a BE, Bachelor of Engineering, okay, in Computer Engineering from the University of Mumbai, and then he pursued his MBA at INSEAD. Is it in India also?
INSEAD is in France and Singapore. Okay. It is the world's #1 MBA institution in the world. Okay. Ranked higher than almost the same as Harvard and Wharton.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. So throughout his career experience, he worked in the healthcare, education, and information services sector, and he has worked across APEC. Asia Pacific. Okay, Middle East and Europe. Yeah. And you stay in Singapore for
I was in Singapore for about 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Okay. I think that's all my explanation about the speaker. And we give the time and space to Mr. Bhatia to present his talk and give insight about the employability in today's day and age, what it takes to be employable and what companies are looking for. So I think it is very beneficial for us, for you, actually, for students, to have insight, to have idea about how to pursue your career after you finish your study in this university. Okay, Mr. Bhatia, time is yours.
Can I slides? How do I change? They will change.
Oke, teman-teman belakang ada ini, apa namanya? Okay, the PowerPoint is ready. You need what you need?
I tell them to change the slide every time.
Okay, yeah, it's ready.
Sure.
Okay, please.
So there are so many students here today. Thank you for coming. There are a lot of students online also. Thank you for joining us online. I am very grateful. Wanted to ask you, all of you students, what is your dream job? What do you want to do after you finish your studies?
Yeah, please raise your hand if you want to answer the question. The name, pakai bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa, nanti diterjemahin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Kukuh Daruningsi. My prodi TI.
Yeah, the answer. What is your dream job?
I'm from TI, and my dream is a teacher. Yes. Thank you.
Tanpa salam. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ayudi Wulandari. I am a student of accounting, and my dream job is I want to be accounting staff. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes. Please introduce myself. My name is Alif Ahmad Gibran, but people call me Ucok.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. My dream job is I want to make a game, and I want to build a company. It's like developing a game. So maybe my dream is being a developer game. Yes, just like that.
Game creator. Okay. Very good.
So, anybody else? So talk dream idea. Hello. Yeah. So.
Okay, next slide.
Can I go to the next slide?
Slide berikutnya. Operator, please.
So we heard about different jobs. The lady there said she wants to be a teacher. The lady behind her said she wants to be an accountant. The boy there said he wants to build a gaming company, build a game, sell it to the rest of the world, have a lot of people building a game. But how many of us know the skill that is the most important to succeed in the world today? Every time people believe in the world that the most important skill is a technical skill. But is it really a technical skill, or is it something else that helps somebody be successful and somebody not be successful? And so today we will talk about the most important skills that came in after research, which are identified to be the best and most important skills for all of us to succeed, including me myself. If I have to be good and do my job well, then I should have these skills. Next slide. And these skills are common across all industries. It doesn't matter if you are in accounting, if you are in engineering, if you set up your business, these skills are common. So if today I have people who want to build a game, to somebody who wants to be a teacher, to somebody who wants to be an accountant, the same skills will work in whatever you want to do in your life moving forward. Next slide. Next slide. So these are the top 5 skills that everybody needs to have. Next slide. Skill number 1, communication skill. Communication skill is the most important skill. If you want to build something, you want to build a game, my friend. But how are you going to tell the world you have built this game? Or in Indonesia or in Jakarta, you have built this game. How will your friends get to know that you have built this game? You have to talk about it. You have to communicate about it. You have to have the right message about it so that people download that game. You may want to have some customers, some people playing that game, talking that this game is very interesting. You should also create that more people come in to download that game. So the most important skill and skill number 1 to succeed is good communication. Communication does not mean communication only in English. Communication could be in any language. It could be in Bhasa. It could be in English. It could be in your native language. But there are certain important things about how we should communicate that make our conversation, our dialogue easy to understand. Next slide. These are the 5 C's. We call it 5 C's in English, which everybody should know. First C is you should be clear in your communication. Clear means straight to the point. Point number 2, you should be correct. If I give the wrong information and you hear me and you go to Google and check my information and it is wrong, you will not trust me next time. So information should be factual, should be clear, should be correct. Third thing, very important, information should be concise. Imagine I am giving you this lecture and I am talking to you for 5 hours. Everybody will go to sleep. Correct? Everybody will say that the faculty called me, put me in this room and we are going to sleep. It's a punishment. They put us in jail. But if I can say the same thing, which I will need 5 hours in 5 minutes, maybe everybody is happy. They get the message and you understand something. So 3 things: be clear, be correct, be concise. Concise means short. Be short in your message. 4th thing, being short does not mean giving half information. You can still be complete, but give the information in a short way. And last thing, be compassionate. Being compassionate is something that is
in both our countries a very, very important point, being kind. In our communication with people, if we are not kind, if we are rude, if we are disrespectful, people will not like us. They will not want to talk to us again. So communication is a two-way street. I talk to you, you talk to me. But if I am not respectful to you, you will not be respectful to me, the communication is broken. So this is the first 5 thing I will tell everybody. In your communication, please remember there are 5 C's. Be clear, be correct, be concise, be complete, and be compassionate, be kind. Next slide. The next skill, which is most important, is problem solving skills. Today, a lot of young people want to be starting their own business. They want to be an entrepreneur, like that boy wanted to start a gaming company. Is there anybody else who wants to start his own business, who wants to be a technopreneur? Anybody here who wants to start his own company? How many of you want to start your own company?
Ada yang mau punya perusahaan sendiri nggak?
Nobody? Okay, no problem. But if any time, let's say 10 years from today or 5 years from today, you think, okay, I don't want to do a job, I want to start my own company, then you should have this skill, problem solving skill. Because anytime I create a company, I am trying to solve a problem. For example, what problem is Grab or Gojek solving? Somebody needs a taxi. People did not have an app before. Now they go to the app. They say, I want a taxi, and Gojek will send the taxi. Somebody thought of the problem and they made the solution for it. So the very important thing is problem solving skill. Next slide, please. These are the most important things to be a good problem solver. Point number 1, identify, find the problem. What is the problem that I am facing? Point number 2, define, write it. How can I define the problem? Problem number 3, step number 3, explore. How can I solve this problem? I will first say, okay, I have a problem. Let's assume the problem is that in the night where you stay in your building or in your area, there is no street light. Let's assume that there is no street light, and so it becomes very dark. It is very dangerous. So you have a problem. You identified it. You wrote it down. Then you will explore, how can I solve this problem? How can I ensure that there is always a light in my neighborhood? So you will go to the electricity department and you will give them a letter that in my area, I would like more street light, so it is more safe for me. That is the action. And once you have taken the action, you will see, is the problem being solved? If it is not solved, you go back and see, did you do it correctly or not? So for any time we want to solve a problem, the most important thing is to break the problem into 5 steps. Identify the problem, define the problem, explore what are my different possibilities. Once you find the best solution, act on it. And once you have acted on it, look back and see whatever action I took, is this the right action for me? Next slide. Skill number 3, most important skill, teamwork. When we are in school, when we are in university, we are always competing. When I say competing, we are having a competition with each other. I want to be first. I want to be first. I want to do better than my friend. How many of you gave entrance examination to come to college? Everybody gave some entrance examination after high school? Did everybody get the admission they wanted? Somebody got, somebody did not get. Why? Because it's a competition. But in the real world, when I take a job, the most important skill is cooperation, is collaboration. Suddenly I am in the real world and I have to work with the same person I was competing with yesterday. So life is not about competition, it is about collaboration. And the most important skill is to work as a team. How many of you all enjoy watching a sport? Which is the most important sport you watch? Football? Soccer? Football is popular. How many of you watch football? Everybody? Can only one player, maybe the best player in the world, let's say, who's your favorite player? Messi? Huh? Okay. Can one player win the match? Can one player, even if he is the best player in the world, can he win the match alone? He needs everybody to come together. You need the defender, you need the midfield, you need the forward, you need the goalkeeper. Everybody to come together to win the match for the team. If I do not work with my team, I say I want to score all the goal, I will not pass the ball, very likely I will not win the match. This is the most important skill in the real world, teamwork. If you can work as a team, you will always succeed. Next slide. In teamwork, what is important is you inspire each other, you tell each other good things about each other. Oh, you are very good in this, you are very good in this, you can do this better, you can do that better. You trust each other. If I am in a team, I will not say, I don't like you. Maybe this person is not having the right heart. I don't trust you. I will have to trust somebody to pass the ball. Next, exchange. I will share ideas. I will support and I will assist. If somebody in my team is stuck, I will come back and say, okay, you could not do this. I can do this better. Maybe I should help you. That is teamwork, helping each other. Not fighting with each other, not letting each other down. When the company comes together, when the team comes together, when the people are together. Most important skill in real life is for people to come together. Our countries got independence because people came together to fight the imperial power, maybe the Dutch in here, maybe the British in India, because people came together to solve the problem. If people said, I want to take advantage and I don't care about the others, we would never be where we are. Everything we have done as a country requires people to come together. So teamwork is a very important skill. Next slide, please. Skill number 4, critical thinking. Next slide. Critical thinking is very important for research. If ma'am wants to be a teacher, it's very important she should know the first thing in the class, and many of you are teachers over here, is to observe the classroom. When I'm speaking on the stage, I'm observing all of you. I'm checking how many of you are understanding me, not understanding me, asking you questions. The first step is observing. The second step is to analyze what I observe, what does it mean? The third step is, once I analyze, what is the analysis telling me? Inference. The fourth step is, I have identified now, how can I communicate it? And once I can communicate it, can I solve the problem? These are the 5 most important skills today. If I want to build a new technology company, if I want to build an app, if I want to be a software developer, I need to have, this is the most important skill, how to break a problem, how to think critically. Last point, sir. Next slide. Self-management. Self-management is the most important skill. How many of you always feel that you are studying at the last time? Exam has come or test has come and you're studying at the last day. Be honest, I always studied last minute. It's okay. How many of you feel there is too much work to do in the day? I have so much to do, I don't have the time. Does anybody feel the pressure of time?
Ada yang punya jadwal.
No? Okay. Next slide. The most important time management, self-management skill are these. One, always be positive. Life is not the same. You will have good days, you will have bad days. Being positive, having faith is very important. Point number two, time management. What we do in life is, if we have a difficult problem, we will do the easy thing first. I have 5 things to do. I don't like, let's assume I have 5 homework assignments. And in my 5 assignments, the last one is in economics, and I don't like economics. Okay, I'm just making this up. I don't like economics. So what I'll do is I will do economics last. Why? Because I feel like if I will start doing economics, I will be very unhappy. So I leave it for the end. And what happens in the end, I don't do it. So the most important time management skill, and if you remember this, you will find your life very easy, is to do the most difficult thing first. What you don't like, finish that first, because what you like, you will anyway do well. What you don't like, if you finish that first, you will always complete your job in time. So that is one technique that will always help you. Third skill, stress management. Take time to meet your friends. Take time to meet your families. Take time to do something outside your job or your studies. If you're studying, maybe if you like to do some sport, if you like to sing some music, if you like to go out and watch maybe a movie, maybe you want to go and meet some friends, your grandparents, whoever, take time to do that because it makes you happy. What we learned in COVID in the last 2 years, when the world was closed and we were in our house, few people to help us, is the only people who matter to us most is our family. I can tell you, I lost a lot of family members in COVID. They lost their life. They could not get the healthcare in time. It was very difficult. I know a lot of people in India who had the same challenge. It taught me, and it will hopefully, I'm sure, something like this doesn't ever happen again. But it teaches everybody the most important thing is to remain happy, remain positive, and to be connected to your family, to people you love. Fourth thing, productivity. Spend your time to do things that are important and postpone things that are not important, and be responsible. If you cannot do your homework, or you cannot do your assignment, or cannot get a job, the responsibility for your job is yours. It is not the responsibility alone of the university. It is not the responsibility of your faculty member alone. If you want to get a job, you want to do well in your career, it is first your responsibility, then anybody else's responsibility. So remember that these are the most important tips. So with this, next slide, please. I spoke about the most important skills. Outside of this, these are other skills which are important. One is to be adaptable. Good times, bad times, easy things, I should be adaptable to managing. Two, I should take the initiative. What I mean by point number 2, taking initiative, if it means that, let's assume, sir is having this bottle of water and it falls down. I can take the initiative, it is his bottle of water, he will pick it up, or I can bend down and pick it up myself. This means that I will not wait for somebody else to solve the problem. I will solve the problem myself. I see a problem, I will solve the problem. This is the most important skill on which people get promoted in their job. People get into the job because of skill. People promote or move up in the hierarchy. They become manager because they take the initiative. They do things others are not doing. It's very important. 3, negotiation. Negotiation doesn't mean win-lose. It does not mean I go to the market and I am bargaining. It means I am thinking for the other person. I am also thinking for myself. If I can negotiate well, I can think of how I will win and the other person will win. I will have a good partnership. If I think I will win and the other person will lose, I will have a bad partnership. So it's a very important skill. And fourth skill, which is important at work, is to be planned and organized. These are the most important skills that will take you further in your life. Next slide, please. Excuse me. Next slide. Yeah. Now we will talk about what are the jobs in the world. Next slide. The jobs where these are the careers where there are the most jobs in the world, in India and also in Indonesia. Career number 1, IT, software development. There are a lot of jobs. Career number 2, medical roles. Nurses, doctors, healthcare managers, there will always be a demand. Number 3, analysts, those who are working in a bank, in economics, in finance, very important role because they are looking at the future, they're analyzing. Very, very important skill. Skill number 4, very important, information security expert. How many of you know Indonesia has the world's best hackers? Do you know this? How many of you know about hacking? And we have very good hackers in Indonesia. I was talking to Miss Garlica 2 days back, and she was telling me about very good hackers who don't even go to college or school, but are very good in hacking. Why is it important today? Everybody, I can see all of you are on the mobile phone, which means that all of you are accessing information or data on the phone. Data is the new gold. Before 100 years or 50 years, people would come and steal gold. Then they said petroleum is the new gold. So countries like, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain, any country with good petroleum became very rich because that was the new gold. Today, the new gold is data. Any country with data, any country with a lot of people, they have the most information. And Indonesia is such a big country. If everybody is using the mobile phone, it means everybody's data is also at risk, which means the more people using their mobile or their laptop to get information, the more information security experts we need. It's a very important field. There are more than 5 million jobs available only in information security in Asia today, which are not taken because there is no expertise available. Skill number 5, web development, UI, UX, product management, creating technology, lot of roles. Skill number 6, supply chain. Skill number 7, entertainment industry. Skill number 8, hospitality industry, hotels, food, restaurants. Every time we go out, we see a new restaurant. So we see there's a lot of demand in this sector also. Next slide, please. Now, most important, last 3 slides, I'm finishing this, but I want to ask all of you, let us imagine you find a job. You have a job. What next? Next slide. To get the right job, you need to think about 6 things. 1, will I be happy in my job? Is there job satisfaction? 2, am I getting enough money? 3, what are the benefits in terms of leave, in terms of my insurance? What are the benefits I'm getting? Point number 4, will I learn on this job? Point number 5, who is the leader of this company? Who will I work under? Point number 6, is my career having future growth? Anytime you take up any job, it is very important you look at these 6 things. If you are not going to be happy in the job, even if the money is very good, you will not be happy, you will leave that job. If the money is less, even if you're very happy, at some point of time, you will see your friends are spending so much more money, they can live, buy expensive cars, you cannot, you will feel that pinch. So money is an important part. You cannot say money is not important. It is important because we live our life with the money. Point number 3 and 4, fourth is very important, on the job learning. If I will not learn in my job, I will not be a manager in the future. I will not be a leader in the future. So it's very important to see Am I learning on the job? And most important, what I am doing, is there a growth in that area? If there is no growth, again, I will be stuck. So please look at these 6 things before you look for any job. Next point, please. This was a study done with more than 22,000 people done across Asia Pacific. The study was done by one leading consulting firm called PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. And they identified that in 2022, only 57% people are happy in their job. It means 43% people are not happy. Why? Second thing, 20% people want to change their job. 1 in 5 people want to change their job. Point number 3, only 45% companies are spending on people once they have hired them to train them, which means 55% people have to spend on their own training. If they don't train themselves, they will not have a future. Skill number 4, everybody likes hybrid work. They like flexible work. They want some time at home and some time at work. I think in the pandemic, that is something most people have liked. And last point, but the most important, 75% people are scared across Asia to be honest in their job. 75%. They are scared to say the right thing and to do the right thing. But you are the young future of Indonesia. And I must tell you that the 25% people who will take the right decision and be honest will have a much better future than the 75% people who will take a shortcut. Next slide, please. This is the survey with the 22,000 people. 44% people felt their salary is less and they should ask for a raise. But that 44% were people who had specialized training. What this means is, if I have a specialization, I will ask for a raise. If I don't have a specialization, I cannot ask for more money. So continuously studying will help me. Same thing for promotion, not only salary increase, but if I want to be a manager, if I am asking for a promotion to be a manager, I need to have the skills of a manager. Without the skills, I will not be able to do that. And when the company is investing, for example, if ITB University is investing in the faculty and the faculty training and the faculty is happy, they will say, we would like more people to come and work at ITB, Ahmad Dalan University. Same at RISE. If I am training my people and making them happy, more people will want to come and join RISE. But if my competitor is doing that, they will join that place because they feel that I have a better future. So training is a very important part of our future and we have to invest in it. It's very important. Next slide. Let's understand, why are people happy or unhappy? Most people are happy because they feel, 68% people feel that they get the right salary. 64% people in Asia feel that they find their job meaningful. They can make a change. 62% people feel they can be themselves. They don't have to be anybody else. They can be honest to themselves. They are doing what they are. However, what is it that is dissatisfactory? If you look at it below, people do not know how they can move up. What is a plan to be promoted? They don't have a clarity. When will I be promoted? After 2 years, after 4 years, after 10 years? Today, people are unhappy if they don't know how to advance their career. So if you have your own plan, you will have a good career. So having ownership on your plan is very important. Having a job, this is also very important. 58% people were happy in their job because their team took care of them. If I take care of my colleague, if my colleague takes care of me, I want to come to work every day because I feel my work is like my family. It's a friend circle. They will take care of me. So these are the most important things. When you look for your next, when you have a job, it's very important that you think about, are you getting the right money? Is your team taking care of you? The work has outcomes, and you have a clear plan on your future. If you have these things taken care of, you will have a very successful career. Next slide. So with this, I complete my presentation. Thank you so much. And I would ask you all for questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Watia, for his very inspiring lecture. And now he gave us a space or time to raise a question. And he just already told me just before he make this presentation, actually he already prepared some gifts for the best question. So prepare your best question and ask to him to make your understanding more clearly. Okay, I give 3 persons to make a question to him. Ada yang mau nanya, silakan in bahasa, it's okay. I will translate it for him. Okay,
we have one question.
Yeah, please introduce yourself. I will memorize or write down your name.
Excuse me, I'm gonna introduce myself first. My name is Rijalul Haki.
Namanya siapa?
Rijalul Haki.
Rijal. Okay,
yes.
Rijal. Okay.
I wanna ask you 2 questions.
Please.
The first question: how to build a good communication skills and critical thinking skills. And the second, how we build. Second, how we increase the negotiation skills to cooperation with the other company. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Rijal. So you want to answer directly, Mr. Batia? You want to answer?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Rajan. So your question is very interesting. How can I improve my communication skills?
And critical thinking.
And critical thinking. Communication skills. The best way to do it is if you have a group, make a group of 4 or 5 friends who want to improve their communication and talk to each other. Make presentations to each other and get feedback. Okay, you could explain this. And it does not matter. It does not matter if it is in English or Bahasa. You can do it in Bahasa also. Think of the 5 C's. And every time you make a communication, see if your communication is clear, if it is concise, right? I spoke about all the 5 C's. So think about all of that. And as you keep practicing it, your communication will improve with your friends. If you don't have a friend, if you feel that you cannot make a group, it is very complicated. You can do it with yourself. If you want to practice it, do it in front of the mirror. Talk to yourself. Take some time. You have a phone, record yourself. See how you are sounding. Is your voice clear? When you hear yourself after recording it, you will know whether you are good or not good, and you can make improvement yourself. You don't even need a friend. You can have your mobile phone is your friend. Make your mobile phone your friend, record yourself, and check. This is a very easy way to improve and practice your communication. First, get things right in your own mother tongue, in your language, in Bahasa. Then you can look at English also subsequently. If you can be clear in your communication in Bahasa, it will be very easy for you to be clear in your communication also in English. Because the basics of any communication is the same. Point number 2, very important. How to improve your critical thinking skills, correct? Critical thinking skills. Think of companies you like. You know Gojek? Think about Gojek and say, what problem did Gojek solve? What was the problem? How did this app solve the problem? How is it making money? Are you understanding me? Same thing, you take another company. What problem it is solving for the customer or for the student, how it solves the problem, how it is making money. Making money is just an example. Okay. When you start doing this for different companies, breaking it down, how they look at a problem and how they solve it, automatically your critical thinking skills will improve because you are analyzing many companies. And you don't need anybody else. This you can do with your own mind. The more companies you analyze, the better it will be for you, because then your brain will start working automatically. Okay, I have a problem. How can I solve it? I see how others have solved it, and then I can see how I can solve it. That was your second question, correct? Your last question was how to improve my negotiation with other companies, right? The best way to improve negotiation is let's assume you have two friends. Who's your friend over here? Can you raise your hand? Can you call your friend? Any friend, who's your friend? Okay, what's his name? What's his name? Your name is?
Siapa nama temannya?
Rajal. And his name? Okay. So both of you, one of you can be the buyer. Let's assume you are having paper, a lot of paper. You are making paper manufacturing, and you are going to buy the paper. One is selling and one is buying. The best way to practice negotiation is to see, as a seller, you do not know what he wants. So you will say, okay, if he wants to sell, maybe he looking at 1, 2, 3 things. As a buyer, he may be looking at 1, 2, 3 things, maybe not always money. Maybe he's looking at, I want to get this supply on time. Maybe I want to get this quality of paper. Maybe I need to get my paper of this company only. He may have different requirement. You may have a different requirement. You write it down. The thing with negotiation is, I don't know what the other person knows. For example, if I'm making a corporation, I do not know exactly what the other side has their problems. I may have some idea, but not 100%. You will never have 100% idea. But if I am thinking, how can I make the other side win? If I know some problems and I can say, okay, if I know that the problem of my friend is that he needs the paper in 2 days, and I tell him in 2 days I will deliver, maybe I will win the negotiation. So I start thinking for the other side. I start seeing how I can make the other side win, not thinking how I can alone win. So any good negotiation requires both sides to think about each other. When that happens, it becomes easy. Did I answer your question somewhat? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia. If I may to summarize your answer, actually, it can be wrapped up in one sentence. Perfect. How to say? Exercise make perfect. So preparation will training yourself like that, and it will make your understanding comprehensive to have a better communication skill and critical thinking and the negotiation skill like that. Okay. Another question. Okay. This that you the black man.
First of all, my name is Ayu. I am from accounting student.
Okay,
and I want to ask you, if we completely 4 point, but 1 point we can do successfully, because still have to learn more, can we be said to be people who will guide this to success in achieving a dream job? Thank you.
Okay, do you get the question?
I think the question is how to be successful in your dream job, correct?
Yeah. Can you repeat again? I didn't get your question.
Example, if we completely 4 point to be want to dream job,
okay,
but 1 point we can do successfully, because we have to learn more.
Okay.
Can we be said to be people who will guide to successful in achieving a dream job?
Okay, so it's like finding a role model to have a. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll
thank
answer
you.
that question. It's a very important question. And I feel that you should start by looking at your seniors. When I say senior, maybe you are in year one, maybe somebody graduated from your institution who is in the job you are in already, or she is in that job you like. So the first step to be successful and get that job is to communicate with people who are in that job. And the easiest way for you to do that is to talk to people from your own institution. Ask your friends, ask your faculty, if they know that student, if they can help you connect. There is a platform called LinkedIn. How many of you know about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a very important platform. We can connect on LinkedIn. So you reach out to people who are in that job and ask them that you need help, that you want to do their job, you want to get to that job, how can they guide you? You don't need a big role model. You need somebody who has been there, that's all. Sometimes we look at very big role models and we feel, oh, we can never get there, so it never happens. If our role models are simple, it'll be easy for us to get there. So my first step to you is find people in that job. Step number 2, ask them for help. Reach out, send them an email. If they have a friend, ask them you want a telephone call, or you can meet them in a coffee shop. If you meet them and you ask them questions, they will always help you. Most people here in the world are helpful. I am here today because I asked somebody to help me to connect with Ahmad Dalan University. They did not know RISE. RISE did not know your university, but somebody connected the two of us. People are always happy to help, so ask. If you do that, you will find people giving you the guidance and sometimes also helping you. They will tell you, oh, now there is no job in my company, but maybe after 3 months, if you reach out to me, I have a job, and they will connect you. But if you don't ask, they will not know. So ask. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia. So finding a role model actually is a very good technical skill that required to have a better job. Is that right?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. Nomor 3. The next question is.
Saya Pak.
Okay. Ladies is more. Oh, the Zoom. Okay, we have an online attendance actually. So maybe, okay, after this ladies, so we will give the opportunity to the online attendance to have a question. Silakan, yang di sini dulu. Okay.
Please introduce myself. My name is Aprilia Nurhayati. I'm student of accounting. I want to ask, if I am used to working alone, what should I change to get used to work with a team? Thank you.
That's a very good question.
Okay, thank you.
That's a very good question.
Okay, Mr.
I have an answer for you. If there are many of us, in English we call them introvert, 2 kinds of people, introvert and extrovert. Extrovert like to be with a lot of people, introvert like to be self. The right thing to do here is, if you want to build the skill of working in a team, find a competition that is a team competition in your campus, in another campus, online, where you can sit together and solve a problem. If there is an assignment or an assignment that you have to do, try to find 2 or 3 people, not too many, who can work with you in solving that assignment. Slowly and over time, you will get used to people. You will get used to different points of view. If you are used to working alone, your biggest challenge will be, how will I manage when somebody tells me this is not right? And when we are working in a team, you cannot always be right. So when you find a way, either in a competition or through your assignments, to find 4 or 5 people or 3 people to work together, you will see that it will become easier for you to also take that further in life.
So I think this is a very good question, Mr. Bhatia, because there are two types of person. There are which are introvert and extrovert, and now we have a student which is introvert type. So I think your answer will help her to make a better dream job in the future. Okay, the next question is coming from online, but unfortunately I cannot access the question. Okay, so we already picked one. It's coming from Cynthia. Cynthia. So can you read it?
I can.
Mr. Bhatia? Okay.
I can answer that question.
Yeah. He's asking about someone who doesn't work according to his major in college. So is it will be a good thing for his future, or should he how to say to compromise finding another job who is actually in line with his job, with his study?
I will answer that question. Let me ask you, most of you are maybe 21 years old, 18 to 20, 21 maybe in age, correct?
Umurnya 21, yang 21.
21, 22.
I do. I'm 21.
21. I'm 14. We have only 40 years to make money and have a career mostly.
Oh yeah.
Majority of the people will retire at the age of 60. Correct? In our countries, 60 is the retirement age. Today, people even retire early sometimes. You want to be happy or you want to be unhappy in these 40 years? If you are not happy in your major and you know it, why do you want to suffer for another 40 years?
Okay.
I would recommend, if you feel you're not in the right job, or not in the right thing, and you have taken it, complete it. Don't leave it. Complete what you have. But after that, find to do something you like. Because your life is not for 1 or 2 years. Your career is for 40 years. And in your career, you will have multiple chances to make correction. So don't think, I have taken, my father or my mother, they told me to take up accounting, but actually I like to do something else. It's okay. I took accounting, I will complete accounting, but I will try to see how I can use that skill in what I want to do. Today, most career is interdisciplinary. I need management also in technology.
Okay.
I need technology also in accounting. I need technology. So maybe I take a management program, but my interest is in technology. I can see how the two can connect together. Maybe my interest is in design. I can see how I can use design also in technology or management. So I can find what I want to do and always change my stream if I am happy and I want to do something else. So please, if you feel what you are doing, you are not happy doing, find what gives you happiness. If you require, take more skill in it, develop more skill in it, and find a job in what will make you happy.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bhatia. I think it's already time for praying.
Okay.
So we already have 4 questions. So it's time to pick up 2 best questions and give the very best gift from India. Is it?
So we would like to ask you, sir, to tell me which was the best 2 questions according to you.
Okay, it's very hard work actually to find a best question. But in my opinion, Mr. Bhatia, IU is give a very good question.
Okay.
He's asking about the role model.
Okay.
And it is not yet covered in your
my
presentation. So I think we can give the first reward to IU. So IU, okay, please come here. and give applause for her. Yeah, Ayu is talking outside of the box, which the topic is not covered in Mr. Batia's presentation. And wait, before you give the reward, I think we should choose the second question. The second question will come to we cannot give the present to the online, right? Oh yeah, okay. Wow, thank you very much. Give applause for the kindness of Mr. Bati. So everyone who already gave the question will receive a gift from him, including the one from online. Okay, give applause. Okay, the second one is the other girl. I'm sorry, I forget the name. The lady who is coming from this side. Who is she? Okay. Sebelah sana. Okay. Please. Okay, congratulations. And the third one will be the man from the right side, Mr. Rijal. Okay, congratulations. And satu lagi tadi siapa? Oh ya, please come here. Okay, this is our big guy from. Oh, gitu yang online. Okay, the last one will be given to the student from online. So we have actually five questions from offline, right? Oh yeah, from online one question. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Batia, and congratulations for all the students who already received the gift from our respective speaker today. And maybe the time is over, Mr. Henny, Mrs. Henny. And I'm sorry I cannot make a presentation, even though I already prepared the PowerPoint, but it's okay. Okay, please come to the stage again. Yeah, good. Okay, because the presentation is not already over, and we have to make preparation for praying. So I will close the session, this lecturer, by giving the big applause for our speaker today. Okay, everybody, give a big applause to Mr. Batia. Thank you very much, Mr. Batia. And I hope you enjoy your coming to our university. And maybe next time we will have a very fruitful connection, collaboration between RISE and ITB Ahmad Dahlan Jakarta. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Henny. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Cek. Thank you for the speaker and the moderator. It's such a valuable and interesting discussion. And also thank you so much for the prizes. We have an appreciation certificate and a souvenir from our institutions, and it will be delivered by our Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Pak Sutiabudi. Please, Pak Sutiabudi, to give the certificate and souvenir. Sertifikatnya udah.
Assalamualaikum.
One more for the moderator, Bapak Saiful Anwar. Bapak Yayat, Vice Rector of Finance and Resources, please come to the stage to have a picture with Pak Budi and the speaker and the moderator. Thank you very much. You can come back to the seat. Thank you. Pak, sini Pak. Lantai 2. Di sini. Distinguished participants, that's all for today's program. We hope that we get a lot of benefits from this event, especially for those who have the will to be easily employed in the industry after finishing college. Thank you for all the participants for joining us, and we apologize for any mistaken. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.